Good day, everybody. Let's get into this video. Let's not take any time.
Fauci, we don't know whether the pandemic started in a lab in Wuhan or evolved naturally, but we should want to know. 3 million people have died from this pandemic, and that should cause us to explore all possibilities. Instead, government authorities, self-interested in continuing gain-of-function research, say there's nothing to see here. Gain-of-function research, as you know, is juicing up naturally occurring animal viruses to infect humans.
Animal viruses to affect humans. We have one in Calgary here too also. As you're seeing that everything is coming out and vaccination shots are being made everywhere, and you can't tell me that it's not happening while we have them for H1 and N1, but we don't have it for SARS. As you can see that you're going to have it for hepatitis A and B, but not C. Vaccination shots is the future and always have been for our government. How many have came out in the last 10 years? Let's listen to this gentleman.
To arrive at the truth, the U.S. government should admit that the Wuhan Virology Institute was experimenting to enhance the coronavirus's ability to infect humans. Juicing up super viruses is not new. Scientists in the U.S. have long known how to mutate animal viruses to infect humans. For years, Dr. Ralph Baric, a virologist in the U.S., has been collaborating with Dr. Shi Zhengli of the Wuhan Virology Institute, sharing his discoveries about how to create super viruses. This gain-of-function research has been funded by the NIH.
What is the NIH? I looked into it. Last year, the NIH was funded $42 billion by the American budget. Also, in 2019, they were funded $39 billion. And in 2018, they were funded exactly $37 billion. Let's continue.
Cooperation between the U.S. and the Wuhan Virology Institute continues. Doctors Baric and Shi worked together to insert bat virus spike protein into the backbone of the deadly SARS virus, and then use this man-made supervirus to infect human airway cells. Think about that for a moment. The SARS virus had a 15% mortality. We're fighting a pandemic that has about a 1% mortality. Can you imagine if a SARS virus that's been juiced up and had...
Wow, did you hear what he just said? I hope you're paying attention to this like I am.
Viral proteins added to it, to the spike protein, if that were released accidentally. Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute.
Do they fund Dr. Baric?
We do not fund.
You fund Dr. Baric's gain-of-function research?
Dr. Baric does not doing gain-of-function research, and if it is, it's according to the guidelines, and it is being conducted in North Carolina.
You don't think inserting a bat virus spike protein that he got from the Wuhan Institute into the SARS virus is gain of function?
That is
not. You would be in the minority because at least 200 scientists have signed a statement from the Cambridge Working Group saying that it is gain of function.
Well, it is not. And if you look at the grant and you look at the progress...
Like I said, the grant this year is $42 billion.
It is not gain of function, despite the fact that people tweet that.
So do you still support sending money to the Wuhan Virology Institute?
We do not send money now to the Wuhan Virology Institute.
You support sending money. We did, under your tutelage. We were sending it through EcoHealth. It was a sub-agency and a sub-grant. Do you support the money from NIH that was going to the Wuhan Institute?
Let me explain to you why that was done.
Before he said it never happened, and now he's going to explain why it's done. Do you really want to believe this guy?
The SARS-CoV-1 originated in bats in China. It would have been irresponsible of us if we did not invest
So, China is responsible for both. Now, let's remember the two countries that are the leading sellers for all the vaccines are China and America.
The bat viruses and the serology to see who might have been
Or
infected.
perhaps it would be
in China.
responsible to send it to the Chinese government that we may not be able to trust with this knowledge and with this incredibly dangerous viruses. Government scientists like yourself who favor gain of function
I
research.
don't favor gain of
maintain
function research in
that
China.
these
You are
arose
saying
naturally.
things that are not correct.
Well, no, he is correct because you already said that if it did happen, blah, blah, blah. You're just a hypocrite liar, sir. We are paying attention.
Government defenders of gain of function, such as yourself, say that COVID-19 mutations were random and not designed by man. But interestingly, the technique that Dr. Barrett developed forces mutations by serial passage through cell culture that the mutations appear to be natural. In fact, Dr. Barrett named the technique the no-seum technique because the mutations appear naturally.
The no-seum technique. He's even telling you how they're doing it and how it's set up by your health experts like Dr. Fauci.
Nicholas Baker in the New York Magazine said nobody would know if the virus had been fabricated in a laboratory or grown in nature. Government authorities in the U.S., including yourself, unequivocally deny that COVID-19 could have escaped a lab. But even Dr. Shi in Wuhan wasn't so sure. According to Nicholas Baker, Dr. Shi wondered, could this new virus have come from her own laboratory? She checked her records frantically and found no matches. That really took a load off my mind, she said. I had not slept for days. The director of the gain of function research in Wuhan couldn't sleep because she was terrified that it might be in her lab. Dr. Barrett, an advocate of gain of function research, admits the main problem that the Institute of Virology has is the outbreak occurred in close proximity. What are the odds? Barrett responded, could you rule out a laboratory escape? The answer in this case is probably not. Will you, in front of this group, categorically say that the COVID-19 could not have occurred through serial passage in a laboratory?
I do not have any accounting of what the Chinese may have done, and I'm fully in favor of any further investigation of what went on in China. However, I will repeat again, the NIH and NIAID categorically.
What is the NIAID? Now, when you look that up, guess where it goes back to? Canada. That's correct. Canada.
It's not funded gain of function research to be conducted in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
It's supported in the U.S. We have 11 labs doing it, and you have allowed it here. We have a committee to do it, but the committee has granted every exemption. You're fooling with Mother Nature here. You're allowing super viruses.
Let's remember the FDA, 17,000 members, do not approve one shot.
Created with a 15% mortality. It's very dangerous. I think it was a huge mistake to share this with China, and it's a huge mistake to allow this to continue in the United States. And we should be very careful to investigate where this virus came from.
I fully agree that you should investigate where the virus came from, but again, we have not funded gain of function research on this virus.
He's already admitted it. And remember, he came out and said, I'm going to tell you why. He's just a liar.
In the Wuhan Institute of Virology, no matter
You're
how many
parsing
times
words. You're
you
parsing
say
words.
it,
There
it
was
didn't happen.
research. There was research done with Dr. Shi and Dr. Barrett. They have collaborated on gain of function research where they enhanced the SARS virus to infect human airway cells, and they did it by merging a new spike protein on it. That is gain of function. That was joint research between the Wuhan Institute and Dr. Barrett. You can't deny it.
Senator Paul, your time has expired. Dr. Fauci, I will let you respond to that when we need to move on.
Excuse me?
I will allow you to respond to that, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, I don't know how many times I can say it, Madam Chair. We did not fund gain of...
You did fund. You already came out and admitted it, saying why you done it. You are a storyteller. You are a paid corrupt person, nothing more.
research to be conducted in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Thank you. Senator Smith.
Wasn't that a total disgrace? Wow. And America and China are the leading sellers. And how did I get this information? Well, a video from CBC that I shared, I guess, five days ago. What a ridiculous thing that we are going through. Was it from a lab?